but Darryl wanted. I mean, first time on the Hangouts, and I like talking to new people for real from all walks of life. So yeah, we offline. It's all good.
Awesome. Are y'all on the YouTube right now? Or it's just like the end of the at the end of the stream, y'all just talking for now.
Yeah, just chilling over here.
Ah, cool. Well, I know how to get in now, so next time it's going on, I'll be able to click the link and be right back in. So I kind of had to. It was impromptu. I was just pulling up
He's really
YouTube and I
broken
saw him
up.
talking. So I'm breaking up a lot. You say?
Oh, you good?
Oh, yeah. I was.
Yeah, for me, you were kind of breaking up, but you're good now.
Ah, cool. Yeah, I would
You
just.
can you can you can still chat right now. I mean, there's no issue with having a debate right now, even if we're not
Yeah, yeah.
online. Doesn't have to be online. You know, you can still do
I
it
haven't
offline.
seen you. I haven't seen you in the chats a lot, Darryl. Darryl, are you kind of new in this subject of the shape of
Mm,
the Earth?
well, I would say somebody who used to be a friend of mine and introduced me to it several years ago, and I've looked into it off and on. But the reason why I was really interested in um, chatting with Chris Berry is because I made a YouTube video, like I have a series called Flat Earth Challenge, and somebody on Twitter, I can't remember the exact stream of events, but I believe somebody on Twitter made a claim, and I made a video in relation to the claim. And while I'm explaining this to you, I'm trying to find the video. And so what happened is I made this video response to his claim, and then Chris Berrier made a comment reply to the video. So it's not really like I just randomly found his channel and was like, let's talk, let's chat or debate or something like that. It was just he made a reply to a comment reply on my video saying, that's not the way it is, this is the way it is, and I understand how it is. So I was like, well, cool, let's go ahead and talk about it. And he didn't respond to
Well,
my reply on my video. So then I came to his channel and said, let's talk about it. And then he was like, I'm busy right now. I was trying to like, when are you free? When are you free? Let's talk. And then he just never responded again. So that's kind of how it started. So give me a moment here. Let me find the window y'all are in again, and I could post the link here.
yeah. Drop
So
that
that's
in
a,
the chat. I want to check it out.
hmm?
What was the video about?
It's about sunlight, the sun's making shadow underneath clouds. So that's
Hello,
it right
Flat Earth
there.
believers.
If you look at the video, you can see if you for some reason it doesn't normally show his comment, but if you sort by
Oh,
newest comment first, you'll see his comment. Chris Berry, I debunked this in 5 minutes. Only glurfers
yeah,
would not do their only if only glurfers would do their own test before making such ridiculous claims. And then he posted that video. So
yeah.
ever since then, that's
That
what I kind
picture.
of gave up on trying to talk to him because he stopped responding. And so I figured, but then I saw him live, so I was like, okay, it was kind of impromptu. I wasn't really ready to, so that's why I took a little while to have to plug my headset in and arrange my background was a mess and all kind of stuff like that. So,
Did you get a chance to see Chris Berry's videos on this picture?
oh yeah, I saw both of them. He put out two challenge videos on it. He put out one uh, flatter shadows underneath clouds, and then he put out a part two. So I watched both of those. So, you know,
What did you think about him?
well, I already just talked to him about it, so I don't. I mean, he's the one who said that he understands and that I don't understand, and he's the one who made the video. So I didn't expect y'all to be able
Hmm.
to understand it from his perspective. So, I don't mind just waiting to talk
Gotcha.
to him because I
I I I. I I understand where he's coming from. Where you can recreate kind of what he was talking about. I think he was trying to make a shadow onto the clouds underneath.
hmm yeah, he made
Um,
pretty much a
but
setup.
the thing is that he tried. I mean, you can do it, but it's not as definitive as it would be if it was direct sunlight coming from
Yeah, I know
underneath.
this is what the Globers did. You guys kept moving the post on poor Chris.
Okay.
Every time Chris would successfully do it, you guys would jump on his throat and be like, "Well, that's not good enough because that's not what it would be
I,
like in real life."
I,
And now we have this kind of inside joke now where you guys won't be happy until he builds his own full-scale model mountain, sun, and clouds because you
but
guys will
it's not
not
that.
take anything.
Well,
I
I
mean, it's
would.
not that difficult. I recreated it. I have the same. I did the same observation and took the same pictures, and I recreated it perfectly
But
with basically with the sun underneath, facing up towards the clouds,
okay, but
and it was perfect.
Well, well, I mean, it's not good enough, right? Because, you know, I mean, you guys have a million excuses why it wasn't good enough when Chris did it. I mean, why is yours any better? I mean,
No,
he managed to do it with a
because
light source above the quote clouds. He managed to pull it off. I mean, to me, that is at least enough to take a giant shit on this picture.
like I said, man, it was close, but the problem was that he was using a light source that was kind of like a spotlight and was reflecting off the ground, like right in front of the mountain, and that's the only way he was getting the shadow.
And how did you do yours? Was yours like, you know, any much more realistic to reality? I mean,
I can show you.
And you got a link or something?
I can show you. Cool. I do. You know what? Hold on.
I'll take a look.
Well, why don't we do this, guys? Like I said, I don't want to, you know, this is an experiment and everything. And do y'all know when he is likely to be on again? Like you said, it's like 2 or 3 days a week. Perhaps we could just like try to schedule a time, and y'all could look at my videos and so on and so forth, and we could just schedule a time tomorrow or next week. I'm used to having a watch on. I'm looking at my wrist. We could schedule a time tomorrow or next week or whenever. We could all be here and be ready. Like, do y'all have a day that's likely? Because I mean, y'all know it's scheduled, so better than me.
You know what?
So.
I'm gonna link my channel under the description box. There's my Skype name and my Discord name. Send me a private message, and I get a hold of Chris. I send him your information, and you guys can make it happen either in this channel, in my channel, anybody else, even Ranty or Plain Truth, whoever can do it in their channel. Kind of a one-on-one.
Darryl, are you a Glober, by the way?
Am I a what?
Do you believe in the globe Earth?
Do I believe in the globe Earth? No.
Are you a flat earther?
No, I simply accept the fact that the Earth is a globe. Yeah, I don't believe in the it's not a belief system.
Okay.
So, but like I said, I'd be happy to. I mean, I don't mind talking right now. I mean, I have some time. Y'all want to just stream and start another one right now?
Yeah.
But I don't really want to talk about his video with him not here though. Like if y'all have something else y'all want to talk about, but I would rather him be here.
Well, when you said you had videos, I assume you had some kind of proof.
Say again, please. Oh, yeah. You mean to back up my position? Yes, of course. Like
you have proof. You have proof of the globe, yeah.
Well, I mean, it's not. Why don't we do this? I mean, if y'all really want to go into it, I mean, we can start a stream and just get it going. One moment here.
You have evidence of the globe. I mean, I'm fine. You know, I mean, I've been waiting for 3 years for somebody to show me evidence of the globe.
I don't know if you guys. Hey, can you guys see the pictures I just dropped in Hangouts? I don't know if you can see it.
By the way,
Red Pill is going to go.
We haven't heard a word from Red Pill. I know he's been trying to speak, and I've seen his icon popping up, but for some reason, we're not hearing the audio. So, Red Pill, if you've muted yourself in some way, you know.
Ranty, can you hear me right now?
Yes, I can hear you now. Yeah, there you go. Boom.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
You were somewhat muted because I could see your icon popping up. I knew you were trying to speak.
Okay, but is my volume coming in good or?
Yeah, it's coming in good now.
Okay.
So. With Darryl, who has proof of the globe, I'm interested.
Okay, well, give me a moment here. Let me try to. This is my first time. Like I said, I wasn't prepared to just start talking right now, but I saw him here, so I'm like, well, let me jump on while he's here. So let me try to see if I can get this stream going, and let's get into it. I mean, I pretty much have all night, and I'm pretty sure I'm going to get sleepy soon enough. Oh, well,
what's your channel? What's your channel name on YouTube? By the way, sorry.
It's just my name. If you click that link, it'll bring you right to my channel. That video I posted earlier. But it's just my name, Darryl E Berry Jr. YouTube at Darryl E Berry Jr. What I'll do, I'll just record it and I'll just post it up later. I don't have enough time to try to figure out how to stream. So, but cool. So, the what is it? The globe Earth. They're on the hot seat right now. That's what it is. And I mean, you're right. I've never seen really a hangout or anything with a bunch of like flat earthers and one globe earther. So go ahead and do your thing, and we can start at that.
No, don't get us wrong. I mean, Jose, that's in the channel right now. He's like a glober. So
Jose, what is his picture? Or what is his name?
Fish guy.
Awesome.
Over here.
Fish guy.
Okay.
He's a glober too. So, and to be fair, I mean, I'm pretty wrecked.
And the other guy too, Bball, I think, is a baller. So
okay.
Yeah,
Awesome.
we're
good.
even.
So go
You're
ahead,
all right.
Ranty.
So,
What questions do you have, or what did you want to do there?
well, literally, you've got Red Pill right now, who literally is going to be our savior, because
Okay.
I am up to debating anybody right now.
Okay.
The amount of drink I've had tonight. However, I can say that Red Pill is an ample, if not far superior, debater than I am. So away you go, guys. Let's see this.
I mean, I wasn't going to come in here with, guns blazing. But I mean, I know I'm down to challenge the new guy, the new Glober here, Darryl. Seems like a.
I just want to see the proof of the globe, Red Pill. I mean, come on, Chris.
I mean, that's why I was laughing. I was laughing
Okay,
earlier when
okay.
you mentioned it, Ranty.
So
That you've been
Ranty,
looking
proof for the globe. Let's start with the most basic
Nah,
and
I want to see
convenient.
proof for the.
Yes. Let's do it. I'm literally. I want to get out of this hell. I want to get out of this hell of being a flat earther. And
save us, Darryl. Save us.
Save us.
Pictures of the globe from satellites and astronauts, and
Oh my God.
that's the pretty
I'm
much
recording
the
this,
most
by
basic.
the way.
Go ahead. That's fine. Yeah,
Oh
everybody record,
my
post it on your channel, whatever.
God.
Yeah. Well, you know what I like to say is, Darryl, is that
Yeah, they don't.
as far as science is concerned,
They think everything is fake.
That's pretty low quality evidence, because none of us can repeat or verify it for ourselves. So that's where I like to start when it comes to pictures from space. Okay, maybe it's a type of evidence, but it's low quality, at least from a scientific perspective, because none of us here can test, repeat, or verify any of that.
Okay. Well, do you mind if I put that claim you just made to the challenge? Would you give me a moment to look for a video right now?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, one moment here. Let me see. And actually,
I feel like streaming this to my channel.
Yeah, they don't believe in satellites. They don't believe in space. They don't believe in anything. So any kind of pictures you show them, they're just gonna hand wave it away like it doesn't exist.
Well, we just don't believe in stuff we can't, test and verify. Science.
How do
I mean,
so in other words, let me ask you this. If a flat earther was to be able to make a device to take a picture of the earth high enough to see the curve, would you accept that?
If a flat earther were to do it,
Yes.
and they saw curvature,
Yes.
Well, I would need to make sure that the curvature they've captured isn't a distortion caused by the lens. That would be step number one, because that's such a common mistake that people
You mean
make.
fisheye lens?
So that would be,
I got a question.
Okay. So what if? Well, let me just finish this stream of thought though. What if one video is taken with fisheye lens to demonstrate the curve of a fisheye lens, and one video is taken with a regular lens to demonstrate that this is a regular lens and there's no distortion? Would you then accept it in the video that is clearly with a lens that has no distortion, like regular lenses from your cameras and your glasses and so on and so forth?
I mean, I would look at it and I'd be like, okay, well, let's take that for what it is. I mean, would I be 100% persuaded by that? Probably not, but it would be something to consider.
Okay, give me a moment. Let me post this link for you from
Hey
Rob
guys,
Skiba.
Rob Skiba here with another TestingTheGlobe.com
I've seen that one.
presentation
That was one
in
of his balloon
association
launches,
with
right?
Victor Brewer and the Explosive.
And I actually made a video about this. I can't remember the exact time frame of it, but are you familiar with this video where he has? So why don't we go to 150? That's one place where you can see it a bit. Just open up that video and go to 150. And in one of my videos, I actually scroll through, and it'd probably be easier just to link y'all my video instead of doing this anyway. Give me a moment here. It'd probably be easier just to link my video, because we're gonna have to click through this thing.
Condensed version, so you guys don't have to sit through the whole thing again. Listen to us rambling on for 2 hours in a car. Yeah. Oh, we wanted to watch balloons. We got 2 idiots in a car.
You did get balloons. You got a couple airheads.
Yeah, you got a couple of balloon head, airhead, knucklehead.
Well, just look at it as you're hanging out with us.
Yeah, you guys are hanging out in the car with us.
We're not even using Google Hangouts. We're just using
Love you guys. Thank you. Yeah. So here we are, Wheeling, Pittsburgh, Buckeye. Buckeye.
I'd go to Pittsburgh.
he may be watching. Reggie's a good friend of mine. He was like Tubbs and I was Crockett, you know.
Feet.
Well, 100,000 recorded feet.
Recorded feet were it's a little disappointing.
Are you serious? I'm an idiot. I should have underfilled it. The wind couldn't have just blown it down.
You bought one of the t-shirts.
How I told you not to get too excited about this footage? Well, obviously by now, if you believe in the globe, you're quite happy to have seen curvature in a lot of this footage, even from the 7.2mm lens. If you believe the Earth is flat, you're probably denying that you did see curve. Well, when I saw this footage, I gotta be honest, I couldn't deny that I did see some curvature. That was naturally quite frustrating for us.
But y'all have the original
Why is
video.
it that?
Go ahead.
No, I'm sorry. Why is it that you guys will believe pictures that make the Earth look like it's flat, but you won't believe pictures that make the Earth look round?
Make it look like no, guys. Listen,
let me say appear to look flat. You don't believe those.
We see things in the distance that are far away and don't match the curvature calcs at all in any shape or form. And yet, when we do this, you guys say that it's a hologram.
How do you feel of the term? How do you feel about the term?
Though.
Hold on, really quick. How do you feel about the term super looming, Ranty, when we see things that we're not supposed to see?
Super duper looming, yeah. I've come across that quite a lot. Super duper looming, yeah, it's great. Yeah, everywhere.
Beautiful.
Every time that, I mean, Red Pill. You know when you saw that lighthouse when you filmed it, and you saw all completely flat across that bay? Yeah, that was all super duper looming, mate. Yeah, it wasn't really there. It was a hologram, mate. Yeah.
Holy crap! That's nuts.
But
it was like, you know, R2-D2 when he gets out and he shows that Luke Skywalker saved me or whatever it is, you know, fucking Star Wars shit. You know, it's like that. You know, it's all hologram, mate. It wasn't really there.
So you telling me that when the globe Earth looks flat, they tell us it's all like a fake holographic simulation? Whoa.
Yes.
Oh,
yeah.
Well, guys, if y'all, I remember I was the one on the hot seat. If we could just stick with just one thing, just one thing, just for a moment, because I still haven't finished. So did y'all open up that Rob Skiba video there?
I'm doing it in 1 minute. I'm gonna go live on my channel. So just give me a second. I'm setting that up because I'm bored.
I took a look at it, and you say 150, so that was 1 minute 50 seconds, or 1 hour?
I mean 1 hour, 1 hour and 50 minutes.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a pretty long video. It's like almost 3 hours. So.
Do you have an exact timestamp? I'm sorry, I need to be concise with this.
For an exact timestamp, I would try going to one. Let me see, because there's really two ones I want you to see. Is one when he's talking, and one when you can actually see the curve in it. But let's try for right now 2:20 and 54 seconds. So 2 hours, 20 minutes and 54 seconds.
You just said 150, right?
Well, like I said, there's two parts I want you to see. One where he's talking, and one you can see the curve yourself. But first, let's go to where he's talking, and I'm gonna type it in.
So you want me to see the curve at 2 hours and 20 minutes?
Well, right now it's him talking. I want us to hear him talking first. So 2 hours, 20 minutes. Just go 2 hours and 20 minutes. I typed it out. 2 hours and 20 minutes right there.
Okay.
And I believe that's the proper place. I'll play it right now myself and see.
$1,000. I don't really have that kind of money to be throwing around.
Damn, how do I get back in the damn call?
So.
No.
Hey, Sheila.
What call are you talking about?
Hey, honey. Love you.
I'm on my phone, and so every time I try and click back on the Hangout, it says you're already in the call.
14,900.
Yeah, sometimes Hangouts does weird shit.
Do you have when you pull down the notifications, does it tell you?
We're balloon chasing.
Hold on, because that happens to me sometimes.
Really were way out in the middle of nowhere.
When you pull down the notification bar,
I got it.
Terminated
I got that word. Thanks, man.
feed.
Yeah,
but
no
this works out
yeah,
pretty
I got
good for
it.
the sake
Thanks.
of this video.
Okay, Darryl, here we go, right?
Remember
Okay,
how I
so
told you not to get too
this is
excited
probably
about
my
this footage?
only input
Well,
tonight
obviously
because
by now,
I'm getting
if you
more drunk as the minute goes on. But literally, just I want you to bear with me. And I want you to play along and answer this question for me. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So in my location, if I go to look for visibility in Blackpool,
So to make sure I'm understanding properly, one moment here.
One
moment. You're talking about visibility from the ground, right?
Yes.
What I would like us to do is talk. You asked me for proof, and I said,
I'm asking you to.
let's take one step at a time. You said, what proof do you have of the globe? I said, pictures and video from satellites, astronauts, and so on and so forth.
Listen,
from up high. One moment.
This
you all said that there's no way that we can reproduce that. That's what y'all said. So I said, I want to challenge that premise. I said, let's challenge that right now. And I asked y'all, I said, if a flat earther sent the device up high enough to see it, would that be proof? Y'all said, y'all have to see it. I said, and you said, and one of y'all said it could be because of the lens. And I said, well, what if this flat earther, or what if the situation was they had one video that was a curved lens and one video that was a regular lens to show the difference and prove? And I believe somebody said, let's see it. So let's stick with this one point. Why are we changing to the ground now? We haven't done this yet.
Listen,
let's first look at 2054 when he's talking about.
Well, hang on, Darryl. I have to interject here seriously because you're interjecting, and I haven't even got my question out.
No. It's actually me who hasn't gotten mine out. Y'all asked me for proof, and I'm trying to present the proof. But now you're trying to talk about stuff from the ground level. Let's stick to one thing at a time. Let's finish this one thing first. Let me finish presenting my proof.
I wanted to know where your cognitive abilities were right now. And by that, I mean...
That doesn't matter. We're talking about a video. We're talking about video evidence that y'all asked me to present.
Let me play moderator for a second. One second, Darryl and Ranty, please. I think, because Ranty is about to get out of here very soon, maybe you can just kind of diverge your questioning for 1 second. Just play along with him for 1 minute, just a little thought experiment, and then you can go back and talk to Red about the pictures of space. I think it's fair.
One question. If you have a visibility of 16 miles, if you're in a location and you have a visibility of 16 miles, and you do a 360, you turn 360.
All right, guys, this is what I'm seeing. Y'all asked me to present evidence, and now you want to talk about these.
No, I'm just
theoretical stuff. I will come back when you want to talk about the evidence. You asked me to present evidence. I'm trying to present the evidence, and you want to talk about this. It don't make sense. So it's just like I think Bball4life said, or somebody said, y'all just don't want to deal with the facts. I'm about to go. I could go watch a movie. When y'all want to look at the evidence, y'all ask me to present.
You about to rage quit right now?
Yes, I'm about to quit because y'all asked me to present evidence.
Wait. He just asked you if he could ask you a question because he's about to leave.
I said I want to present the evidence. That's what I said.
You said okay.
You said okay.
And I misspoke. That was my mistake. I want to. Maybe I thought it was some kind of brief thing. He's talking about this.
It is a
all
brief
that stuff
thing.
Doesn't matter. My logic and reasoning doesn't matter when you're talking about.
So wait. Is the video going somewhere? Is it going anywhere?
Yes, it is.
You can't give Ranty 2 minutes to ask you his question, and then we can move on to the video. I don't understand why you're acting like that right now, bro.
This is what I'm observing, which is I've observed several times talking with
observing. Well, yeah,
you asked me to talk about one thing, and I start talking about it, and then you change the subject.
All right, hang on a second. Hang on, guys. Hang on, guys.
All right, bro.
When y'all are willing, y'all said present the proof. I'm trying to do it. When y'all are willing to look at it, let me know, and we can stick on one point, and we can go.
Yes, let's just let Darryl present his thing. So Darryl, you send me that link. Okay, I'm gonna put it up here right now.
Right, Chris, I'll let you handle this. I mean, we all know where this was going, yeah, and it was a field of view. However, you guys track on.
So like I said, it was 2 points I wanted to see, and actually I was a bit off on the time. It's actually 2:20, 2 hours, 20 minutes, and 50 seconds.
Gotcha. 2 hours, 20 minutes, and 15 seconds.
And it's
50 seconds. Okay.
And we'll listen.
And you're telling me that this is a flat earther providing visual. Right? I'm just reconfirming what you said it is, providing visual proof that the Earth is a sphere, correct?
That is correct. But first I want to hear you talk about it. I want us to hear him talk about it. Then we want to skip back a little bit farther in the video and we can see it ourselves. So let's listen to 2:20 and 50, and it only takes like a minute for him to finish.
Oh, he's gonna speak it or something.
That's right. And then we could click
Late
back
to
in the
party,
video
just
and
wake
see it
up.
ourselves.
14,990.
Just let me know when y'all finish hearing that part.
Actually has the footage on screen.
It's on the same video. It's all in the same video.
But give me the timestamp.
Well, first, like I said, there's two. Let's do this part
At this
first.
point, because we really were way out in the middle of nowhere.
Okay,
we
so
lost
what?
our
I
cell
gotta
phone
listen to this
connection
guy talk
and
now for a
terminated
minute.
this
It's only like a
portion of the
minute.
live feed.
Who cares what he
But this
says? Why don't we
works out
just
pretty good
talk
for
to?
the sake
Why
of
don't we
this
just
video.
Because I
footage?
want to
If we could talk
confirm
about
that y'all
something here.
hearing a flat earther
Remember how I
himself say
told
he
you not
saw
to get too
curves
excited about this
on
footage?
his video.
Well, obviously
Gotcha.
by now, if you
Okay,
believe in the globe,
My God, is
you're
that
quite
the best
happy
you've
to
got?
Did y'all
Field
get
of
that?
view, mate.
So let's
Field
scroll
of
back a
Yeah.
bit farther
view.
into the video.
Well,
All you
here's
gotta
the
do
thing.
is scroll.
What I'm gonna do is here's the thing I want to do, Ranty, and I'm just gonna go ahead and tell Darryl what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna ask him why Neil deGrasse Tyson says you can't see curvature from
Again, you're changing the
128,000 feet.
subject. Let's
So
stick.
no,
Y'all
that's fine.
said present the
We're gonna
evidence.
get to
I'm
that. We're
presenting
gonna
it.
get to that.
All of that
I'm
doesn't
gonna.
matter. Let me
I
finish
know.
this one point.
I'm okay.
So we
I'm gonna
heard
play
him
it.
say
I'm
he
gonna play it
saw
right now.
curvature. We heard him
That's
say he
great.
saw curvature. Let's go
I
back
got
a
it.
little bit farther into the
I'm
same
gonna play it
video.
right now, so all my viewers can see it. So 2 minutes, 2 hours, 20 minutes, and 50
In
seconds.
50
I start
seconds,
playing,
you
right?
hear the flat earther say he saw curvature. Now in this
All right,
same
here I go.
video, let's go back a little bit farther. And really, you could just do it yourself. Just scroll
Okay, I'm
back in the
gonna
video.
play it, but
Wait a
I'm gonna
minute.
play
So
it.
you're
I'm gonna play it, but I need like a couple seconds of silence.
Yeah, do your thing. Go ahead and find it. For instance, 1 minute and 50 seconds. 152. 1 hour and 52 minutes. I meant to say.
Well,
It's pretty
Say
high.
it.
You can see
recorded
the
feed
curvature.
were a little,
Try
it's a
1
little
hour and 52
disappointing.
minutes.
Do you know how many times I have said
I'm
this?
an idiot. I should have underfilled it.
Listen, my viewers are listening live, so if everyone just be quiet so I can play the video so they can hear it. So just give me a minute. I'm gonna play it right now. Here I go.
Condensed version, so you guys don't have to sit through the whole thing again. Listen to us rambling on for 2 hours in a car. Oh, we wanted to watch balloons. We got 2 idiots in a car.
You did get balloons. You got a couple airheads.
Yeah, you got a couple of balloon head, airhead, knucklehead.
Well, just look at it as you're hanging out with us.
Yeah, you guys are hanging out in the car with us.
We're not even using Google Hangouts. We're just using
Love you guys. Thank you. Yeah. So here we are, Wheeling, Pittsburgh, Buckeye. Buckeye.
I'd go to Pittsburgh.
He may be watching. Reggie's a good friend of mine. He was like Tubbs and I was Crockett,
Feet.
Well, 100,000 recorded feet.
Recorded feed were it's a little disappointing.
Are you serious? I'm an idiot. I should have underfilled it. The wind couldn't have just blown it down.
You bought one of the t-shirts. How I told you not to get too excited about this footage? Well, obviously by now, if you believe in the globe, you're quite happy to have seen curvature in a lot of this footage, even from the 7.2mm lens. If you believe the Earth is flat, you're probably denying that you did see curve. Well, when I saw this footage, I gotta be honest, I couldn't deny that I did see some curvature. That was naturally quite frustrating for us.
Let me know when they finish hearing that part, by the way.
All right, just 1 second. I honestly, the bottom footage, that's the non-distorted lens.
Exactly. Like
Yeah,
if you go to like
I mean,
150, 152, when I say 150, I mean
Yeah.
1 hour 50, 1 hour 52, 1 hour 53, when that's the highest.
And what happens there? That's the actual footage, right?
Yeah, it's the actual footage. That's his video.
Okay. Gotcha. 100,000 feet. Okay. Press and play.
The parachute may.
Yeah, I mean, if you're gonna talk strictly about the visual appearance of the blue haziness in that bottom video, there does appear to be a slight curve to it. But number one, I mean, this is far from conclusive. And number two, I really have to wonder what effects take place in a lens with light coming in from that height. Because people have done, for example, there's this new globe proof now that all the Globers love to use. They go up to like 700 feet altitude, but they in a drone, and they get like a picture of the horizon. And then they go to Photoshop and they squeeze the image together from left to right, so it's all compacted and compressed. And then lo and behold, you can see a slight curve there. And they say that's the actual curve of the Earth. You just can't notice it at 700 feet altitude because it's so subtle. But if you squish it together, it exaggerates it. Problem with that is that Jeranism, I'm sure you've heard of Jaran, right?
Oh, yes.
Yeah. Jeranism just took a picture of his kitchen table, a flat level kitchen table. In fact, he took pictures of multiple things. He squeezed the picture of the flat, straight kitchen table together, and what happens? You see bend in a flat table that's only 6 feet tall, 6 feet long. So I really have to wonder what effect curved lenses, because cameras, that's part of the structure of the inner workings of the camera. There's curvature, just like the human eyeball. There's curve on the back of your eyeball. You may not like it, but there's curve. I mean, that light is landing at the back of your eye on a curve. All I know is Jaran has done a practical example, flat kitchen table, squeeze the image together, and it produces a curve. What is going on there? I don't know the details, but I do know that if you can make a flat kitchen table look slightly curved by squishing it together, then there's something inherent in the mechanisms or the workings of the camera that generates this artifact. That's what I would say.
So what it sounds like you're saying is no video evidence would be worthwhile because you'll keep saying it's still something with the
no. What I'm saying is we have to be skeptics, and we have to be skeptics, and we have to actually analyze things, and we have to stick to the science. That's what we got to do.
I'm understanding properly. You're saying that this video where you said yourself, or one of you, I'm still learning y'all's voices, right? But one of you said that you can see a curvature. Slight as
Darryl,
it may be.
How many globe earthers have said that they can actually see further than they actually
let me make sure I understand.
Exactly.
I'm still talking about this one thing. I'm still talking about the evidence y'all actually present.
You're cherry picking.
I'm still talking about this one thing that y'all asked me to present.
Okay.
I'm just trying to make sure I understand.
All right, Darryl, that's good, and you know we'll still talk about this, but I will have to say, if there is an exception to the rule where this guy captured a very hard to tell curvature in a hazy, distant, quote, horizon, then you have to also know that there are cases where people look out here, down on Earth, down on the ground, right here around us, where they look out over long distances, and things that should be hidden by Earth's curvature aren't hidden. I mean, you do know that happens sometimes, right?
So again, you're changing the subject again. I want to talk about this one evidence here.
Okay, fine. That's fine.
All
okay,
right,
all I'm saying is we're gonna get to this next part, is what I'm saying. We're gonna get to this next part about things that should be disappearing bottom up but are not. So we'll get to that because we're gonna stick with yours first because you presented it first. That's cool. But what we're gonna get to now, what I'm telling you is this might show some curvature, but we also have on-the-ground footage that shows zero curvature. So what Ranty is trying to say is, in many ways, all the other evidences that people have gathered kind of cancels out this one little GoPro with a non-fisheye lens in a hazy ass horizon where you can barely even see what's going on there. But what do you have to say about the kitchen table looking curved when you compress the image from left to right, even though it's a flat table? What do you think about that?
Well, I have to say this. I've seen, so referring back to the same video and referring to that, I've actually seen videos or experiments where people have squished the image and so I understand what you're talking about. And people have also done it with fisheye lenses that actually causes curvature. But this is one thing I noticed. If the straight line is directly in the center of the even on those type of lenses, if the straight line is directly in the center, that straight line won't curve if it's directly in the center. In other words, you have to be offset from the center of the lens for that to happen. That's one thing.
Exactly.
Now this thing here, if you look at this video, you can see that the camera is is rocking up and down. So there's times when the curve of the Earth is above the center. There's times when the curve is below the center. There's times when the curve is directly in the center because it's going up and down. So I've looked at this video several times. I've paused it at different points to put screens in my video. I don't see any point where in the bottom video I could discern some kind of distortion above or below. Whether above or below or in the middle, there's curve. Now, you talked about how at ground level you see no curvature basically, and I'm still talking about this same video. It's simple. The Earth is huge. It's huge.
Wait,
So
but
the
I didn't
closer
make
you,
I
the
didn't
closer you
I
are.
didn't make I didn't hang on. I didn't make that as an argument. Let me just be clear.
Okay, well,
I
I'm just going to
understand.
address it. I'm just going to
understand
address
that.
it though. It was
I
said
understand
I
that.
want to
Right,
address.
right.
Fine,
But that's
but
like right. But that's a garbage argument that I don't think
well,
anybody here would ever use because it's just retarded.
well,
It still has
whatever
a
the case is, it was
mathematical
said, so I
drop.
want to address it. So
It
the
still
Earth
has
is
a
huge.
mathematical.
The Earth
No,
is
no,
huge.
Darryl, it's still. What the hell's your problem? Why do you keep speaking when I try to speak?
I was actually answering a question. I was actually responding
Right.
No
to
one
what
asked
y'all
that
told me.
question
So
though.
It
Nobody
literally
asked that
has.
question.
It
Nobody
has a
asked that question though,
mathematical.
Darryl.
you
No
all
one asked
asked
that
me to
question.
present evidence, and then he asked me, what do you have to say about the table? He asked me specifically, the table with the lens curving.
When I
What do
first
you have to say
started,
about it? Was I not asked about that? I was
what's
asked,
Wait,
field
what
of
about the
view?
table?
What does the
What do you have to say about that?
What is a
Hang on,
field
but
of
what does
view?
the table have to do with
I,
how
Why the
high,
fuck am I?
I
how
just,
big
Nobody's.
the
I
Earth
just,
is?
I just explained it. I said, if you
What do
look
you
at
mean?
even a fisheye lens, if the straight line is in the center of the lens, it will not have a distortion. And then I went
Okay,
back
but
to the
that's
video and related it
okay.
to
Okay,
that
no one
and
denies. No one
talked about
denies
how the
that.
curve is above, below, or in the center.
No,
And then
okay,
I
no one
went
here.
back to that same analogy of so close you don't see a curvature, and was backing it up, saying the Earth is huge. If you're close to the Earth, the curve is barely noticeable, and the farther away you get, the greater the curve is. So if you
Right.
on the
Okay.
planet, you can't
Right.
see the curve.
Okay.
If you that high, you can see a slight curve.
This
You're on the
is
satellite, like the
Chris, can you
ISS,
give
you
me a
see a
minute
bigger
here right
curve.
now?
You're on
this is
the
this is a
Himalayan
prime
8, you see the
example
fuller
of you
one.
giving them evidence. You giving them evidence, and they're just gonna hand wave it away and deny it.
Exactly,
This
and
is a
try
prime
to talk
example
about
of that.
something
No,
else.
no,
You
no,
So
Clovers
no, no.
do.
over and
That's
over.
what you Clovers do.
But
Chris, can you give me a minute here right
Go ahead,
now?
Ranty. Go ahead.
Right, okay, guys, listen to me, right? Because Darryl, I've never come across you before.
Mhm.
Bball4life, I've never come across you before. I just want to ask you some simple questions, right? So we're looking at a balloon launch, yeah, and it has an image of the Earth,
Mhm.
right? So how much of that Earth would you say it's capturing in each individual frame? As a percentage, you've got 360 degrees.
Very small
how much
amount, I
would you
would say.
say?
Less than the ISS, I'm sure. So the ISS, I believe, only gets what?
Okay, so
It's a small amount. If I was to say
okay,
a
so
percentage
let me read.
wise, what? Maybe 5%, 10%. I'm not really sure, but it's a small amount,
Okay,
I'm sure.
so let me rephrase my question. How much of the pan is it showing?
How much of the what?
The panoramic. So if you've got a 360 panoramic,
Mhm.
what percentage of that 360 is each frame showing?
I'm
I mean,
not
if I was
sure.
a guessing man, I would say
Yeah,
about a
exactly.
third.
I'm sure there's a formula that can calculate it according to the height of the balloon and so on and so forth. If I was to guess, um, I don't know. Like
Maybe a third.
I can't really say, man. I don't really know. I know it's a
Okay.
small amount. But
So if you had a visibility limit to how far you could actually see, and you was able to look 16 miles one way, 16 miles the next, 16, and you used to do a 360, what would happen? Would it be a square or would it be a circle?
well, why are we talking about this? What if you have a visibility
No,
limit?
no. Listen. This is my question. This is what I'm leading up to. So you've got a field of view. You can see 16 miles to the north. You can see 16 miles to the east, to the west, and to the south. So if you plot that on a map, if you put it on a map and you 16 miles this, and this, are you seeing it in a square or are you seeing it in a circle?
Oh, I understand what you're saying. I understand your question now. So let's say if I'm on a flat plane and I'm higher enough to where I can see around myself, what shape would it take?
Yes.
It would take a circle, yes.
Okay, so if you are seeing from this altitude balloon footage, and you are seeing 1/3 of this field of view, so you're seeing 120 degrees, right? So you're seeing 1/3 of this, right? What shape, if you squished it, would it show? Would it show flat, or would it show some kind of curvature?
Oh, it would show curve.
Yes. I rest my case.
Oh, well,
Yeah,
that's good enough
but
for you, then good.
if the Earth was, if it was flat, why would it just stop out of nowhere? It wouldn't be it would be like 50% of ground and 50% of sky everywhere you looked. It would never just stop.
I mean, there's no really point in arguing. Like, what they would have to do, I understand his logic there, but they would have to explain why the farther away we get, the more the curve is seen, until eventually you get to the Hammurabi 8 and you see the full Earth. So if that was the only evidence we had, I could certainly see standing on that, but you'd have to take everything into account. So
if we want to do an overlay of the landmass and country borders. So my point is, don't be fooled by fake researchers who just cherry pick what they need to keep their delusions alive. Also, Doppler radar can't see through storm clouds, just something to remember. So don't cherry pick, eat the whole cherry tree for information.
this is what I know the flat earthers do. You take one little thing and you stand on that, and then you try to change the subject and talk about something else, which is why I put that forth in the beginning. I said when you're close to the Earth, it looks flat. You get a bit farther away, like this balloon here, you see a slight curve. You get to the ISS, you see a bigger curve. You get to the Hammurabi 8, you see the full curve. You look at the Hammurabi 8, it's like every 10 minutes or so, it matches the weather on the planet, so on and so forth. So
yeah, Himawari is a hoax.
Again, you have to prove that. You talk about me. I presented evidence. What is your evidence that Hammurabi is a hoax? So let's go there.
Somebody went into the the meta. Somebody went into the metadata of.
No. I want you to present it right now. Like I presented the evidence. Y'all challenged me to present which evidence you have of a curve. I said pictures.
I'll pull the video up.
Yeah, let's look at it.
I'll pull it up for you. Give me a second here. You guys can chat amongst yourselves. I mean, it's just look. The Earth is flat, dude.
I believe that people in Australia use the Hammurabi 8 for their weather. So where the hell did they get that from?
Guys, I want to say hello to Nathan Thompson. What's up, brother?
Yeah, hey, brother.
Oh God.
Hey, man. Nice to talk, bro.
Yeah, we're here to talk about science, and people are still talking about the ISS and the Hammurabi. That is
where's your null hypothesis? Where's your null hypothesis?
Hang on, wait a minute. David
Weiss. Why are they mocking science?
Chris, wait, Chris. David Weiss is in the chat. DITRH. He wants a link, I believe.
Okay, let me see here. Does he want a link or does he want to just mod?
No, he wants a link. He definitely said a link.
All right, yeah, because everybody wants in. Bob, the freaking science guy, wants in. I don't know if I should, because Bob's he's such a pointless troll. Like I don't even know if I should let him in. He's such a troll. He's Bob, the pseudoscience guy. He's such an idiot. Hey, Bob.
No, I think DITRH wanted you to make him a mod so he can post the link. I don't think he wants a link.
Right. Well, actually,
I could be wrong, but that's what I read.
It's a private link today, so yeah. What was I doing? Okay, I need Himawari. Let me pull that up.
What's good, Nathan? How you doing, brother?
I'm good. It's good to see all you guys in here, dude. I love you guys on this freaking fight for truth, I appreciate you.
Big shout out to Nathan Thompson. He's the only person I have met in real life since I came across this flat earth corner of the YouTube. He's the only person that I have met in real life. That's cool. Yeah. Shout out to you, Nathan.
Yeah. Jose knows the truth. Jose knows the truth.
So yes, Darryl, we're still waiting for proof of the globe. I think we conclusively debunked your last proof. So have you got
let's go back now. You just said you conclusively debunked it, and he didn't even
No,
finish.
you
Let's stop.
conclusively debunked
No, let's stop.
When you said that we see a field of view that is a circle.
I gave you your point. I gave you your point.
Yes, you did.
And I said that only focuses on one small thing. I said I also mentioned the fact that when you're close to the Earth, it looks straight. When you get a bit farther away like this balloon, it's more curved. When you get a bit farther like the ISS, you can see more of the curve. When you get to the Hammurabi 8, it's a full curve. Then one of y'all said...
but Neil deGrasse Tyson...
One of y'all said Hammurabi 8 is a hoax. And I said, prove that's a hoax. And
that's
what he's trying to do now. So it's not conclusive.
Here we go. I just gave you the link. Darryl, I just gave you the link in the side chat.
Well, we didn't talk about it yet. He's saying it's conclusive, and we didn't even talk about that yet. So this is my. You can see how y'all just jump to conclusions.
Okay.
Darryl, there's no point in talking about it because I can't even present the video to you. Like, you're not going to be able to hear it.
Today we're going to focus on the Himalaya
I can't like do a fucking slideshow presentation for you here, man. Well, you got to click and you got to watch it.
I didn't see it posted. I heard somebody saying talk amongst yourselves while I find it. I was just waiting for y'all to find it, and then he was saying it was conclusive. So if you posted it before he said that, I apologize. I didn't load it.
And Darryl, I got to ask you though. So the world's most popular astrophysicist, Neil Tyson, he got it wrong when he said you can't see Earth curve from 128,000 feet.
Again,
it's flat.
You're changing the subject again. Why can't we stick
to the
one thing?
No. This is about your first proof. This is about your first proof.
It's funny. It's just so funny how
is a hoax. That's what we're talking about now. We're not talking about whatever that scientist's name. We're talking about proving Hammurabi 8 is a hoax. I haven't watched the video yet. And
all right, well, I just sent it to you.
We can't talk about something else. Watch the video. Let me watch it. Now I apologize.
And in the meantime,
I apologize.
Right, and in the meantime, that's fine. And then in the meantime, I'm gonna play for my viewers video of Neil Tyson saying you can't see Earth curve from 128,000 feet. That stuff is flat.
Okay, give me a moment. I'll read this seven minutes proving that the Hammurabi 8 is a hoax.
Right. Yeah, the Hammurabi 8.
Yeah, we're told it's something like a mind-boggling 22,000
You'll believe him when he
miles
says
away.
that, but you won't believe him when he says the Earth is not fucking flat.
Well, you don't understand what a consensus contradiction is. You guys are too stupid.
Okay, so I'm about to listen right now. By the way, I'll check it out.
That's the best lovers have.
Real picture every 10 minutes.
This is fear, then
Did you know that Himalaya
ironically
means sunflower? So
and I understand y'all gonna keep talking, and which is cool. Let me because I won't be able to hear this video and see it. So what I'll do, just so y'all know, if y'all talk to me in a moment, like I won't be able to hear y'all, I'll see if I can find a way to mute the hangout, and then I'll just watch this video and be right back. So just give me a moment to figure this out, because I got my headset on, so I got to keep my headsets on to hear the video. Just give me a moment. Okay, so I'm about to move this speaker here, and I'll listen to this video. So if you talk to me, I won't be able to hear you, okay?
That's all good.
Yeah, it's probably just a bunch of nonsense, rhetoric, of course.
Chris, can I say something real quick?
It's not even my hangout. It's not my hangout, so you guys can say whatever you want.
Right on. It's like they want us to give proof that Himalaya is not real. Guys, all the pictures from space are fake. They're all cartoons.
I still can't find this thing.
Yet we can predict the weather with those pictures.
This is what I'll do.
We
I'll
can
take my
predict
headset
the
off.
weather with Hammurabi 8.
You can predict the weather.
Have you ever watched the weatherman?
You even research the Hammurabi
photo of Earth. It's a cartoon.
Where do they get the data from? Where does Australia get their weather from?
Hey, Bball4life, have you heard of electrodynamic tethers?
No, I haven't.
Research.
Tell me about it. Yeah. Tell me about it.
Yeah,
I want to learn. I want you to make me a flat earther. So go, make me a flat earther.
Well, you're gonna have to go outside and look around. I don't think I can convince you here in the chat.
I mean, I am. It looks flat. It looks flat.
Yeah, it's measurably flat. You got any lasers? Any infrared technology? You got anything? No,
you tell me. You school me. I want to be a flat earther. I want to be like you. I want 120,000 subscribers on Facebook.
They don't subscribe to me. They're members of the official Flat Earth and Globe discussion. They're researching the shape of the Earth, not Nathan Thompson. not Nathan Thompson.
Okay, that's what I want to be in your group. So convince me. I want to be in your group. So convince me.
Well, you can be in my group. Just think for yourself. Don't make dogmatic claims. Don't insult. Don't make dogmatic claims.
I'm not. I'm just. I want you to convince me that the Earth is flat.
Yeah, but before you can ever possibly consider the Earth being flat, you have to put down your atheist religion. You cannot. You will never be a flat earther if you don't put down your atheism. That's step number one. Put down your atheism. That's step number one.
I disagree with that, Chris. Just based on this. I disagree with that, Chris. You already said it looks flat. You already said
it does.
So it looks flat. You have the burden of proof. You're gonna have to. You have the burden of proof. You're gonna have to convince everyone it's a ball that spins and orbits the sun and flies around the universe at 20 million miles around the universe.
Hey, Bball, you didn't deny that. Hey, Bball, so was I right? Bball, you didn't deny that you were an atheist. So was I right?
Do I believe in God? I mean, the Bible was written by man. So can man be wrong?
Are you an atheist? Simple question. Are you an atheist? Simple question. Are you an atheist?
No, I'm not an atheist.
Are you an atheist? So then what are you?
No, I'm not an atheist. I mean, I believe that there's some kind of creator. His name God. His name Jesus. I don't know. His name God. A lot of people call him something different.
Okay, fair enough. So you're like an agnostic kind of person? So you're like
it could be Buddha. It could be freaking. It could be Buddha. It could be freaking.
Okay, fair enough. So are you fundamentally opposed to the Earth being flat? Are you fundamentally opposed to the Earth being flat?
Am I opposed to being flat?
Yeah, is there just something deep in your bones? Yeah, is there just God? I can even never accept. If it was flat, I just can't accept. It's just too crazy.
The problem is there's so many things that say it's not. There's so many. Like the fact that the fact that we can we can't see the sun at nighttime. The sun's not a spotlight.
Yeah, that's
we can't see the sun. We can't see the sun. I mean,
okay, Bball4life.
I mean,
right. So if I have a torch and you and I have, we go out on the night and we go on the moor somewhere, and
and you walk far away.
Listen,
and you walk far away.
And I'm flashing the torch at you, yeah. And at some point there will come a point where you can no longer see the torch.
The sun's not a torch. It's a lot brighter than that. Yeah, the sun's not a torch. It's a lot brighter than that.
I'm asking
it's
you
a lot brighter.
Is there a
no,
point
you won't.
where you can't
it's a
see
tiny.
The torch?
No, you won't. The sun.
Is there a point where you can't see the torch?
The torch is this tiny little light. Of course, after a while, I wouldn't see it.
Yes,
after a while. But the sun's not a torch. The sun's a hell of a lot brighter. Not a torch. The sun's a hell of a lot brighter.
I mean, how do you know?
I can see it right now. Can you? Where are you? Where are you located?
Have you been to the sun?
Can you? Where are you? Where are you located? Where are you located right now? Can you see the sun right now?
No. Listen.
Can you see the sun right now? No. That's stupid. No, I haven't been to the sun. But I stupid.
So do you know what the sun is? Exactly.
Do I know what it is? No, but there's some smart people out there. No, but there's people that are. There's people that are a lot.
Do you believe in other people?
There's people that are a lot.
Do you believe in other people?
Do you?
Do you believe in other people?
Do you believe in
you? A question.
Do I believe? Yeah, there's a lot of people. Do I believe in other people?
No.
It depends on what they're trying to tell me.
No.
It depends on what they're trying to tell me. It depends on what they're trying to tell me.
You don't get away with it this easy. You don't get away with this easy. Do you believe that the sun is tangible?
Do I? Yeah, I do.
Can you prove it?
Can I prove it? No, yes. I'm not a scientist.
Exactly. So
I'm not a scientist.
So
but can you prove? But can you prove that it's not? But can you prove that it's not?
No, I'm asking you. The burden of proof.
No, you've asked your question. No, you've asked your question. Now let me ask you. Can you prove that it's not what you say it is?
Proof is on you.
No, it's not.
You tell us what the environment is and how we live.
Can somebody mute their background page if you just joined? Please mute the background video. Thank you.
So the burden of proof is on the globe, not on the flat earth. So we are testing this presupposition that you can actually touch.
No. You guys are challenging the model. Okay, so the burden of proof's on you.
It's not a model.
Nope. The burden of proof is on the globe. The burden of proof is on the globe. Sorry.
Exactly.
We've already. The globe has already been established.
Nothing.
The globe has already been
No.
That is an appeal to consensus.
Exactly.
Authority.
Oh, here we go. Here we go with the fallacies. Oh, here we go with the fallacies.
No. Fallacies are part of debating.
Oh, here we go with the fallacies.
Sorry, dude.
What's the necessary antecedent? The necessary antecedent. Oh, your favorite word.
gas
The burden of
pressure
proof
rating.
is kind of on both sides. It's on both sides of burden of proof.
Yeah, you know what? Well, I wouldn't say that, no, because the Earth is obviously inobservably flat.
No. The burden of proof is on both sides.
By the way, who are you? Like, where'd you come from?
Why would it be on the flat Earth side to provide proof?
Why wouldn't it be on the flat Earth side?
No,
it'd be on both sides.
No. We are starting.
The starting point is flat.
You've got to prove it.
I'm pretty sure. Listen, I'm pretty sure where you're at right now. It's dark, right? It's dark. It's probably midnight where you're at. It's probably the middle of the night, right?
You're affirming the
why would it be in the middle of the night?
Answer the question. Wherever you're at, it's probably dark, right?
No, it's not.
Night and day works just fine on a flat Earth. You're affirming the consequence. It's not an argument.
Here we go with these fallacies. Is it dark where you're at right now?
No.
Yes, it is. We agree. There's night and day.
Okay. Well, guess what? Where I'm at, it's 4:51 p.m. and I can see the sun. Where you're at, you can't see the sun. Why is that?
Bro, that's so easily explained on a flat Earth model. You're crazy. In fact, it's easier to explain that on a flat Earth model than on your crazy spinning spaceball model. Your crazy spinning spaceball model. Your crazy spinning spaceball model requires me to believe that I'm currently upside down, stuck.
Why would the sun ever? Why would the sun ever set?
Pretty crazy, really. Both models are pretty crazy.
Perspective. The same reason you can't see all the airplanes in the sky, and the same reason that the northern pole star goes towards the horizon as you go towards the sun.
Okay, the northern pole star. Okay, so what about the southern pole stars?
That's a begging the question fallacy. We have not established there's a southern pole star.
Yes, there is. Of course, there is. And
have you taken time lapses of the alleged southern pole star?
Have I? No, but guess what? I can.
Okay, well, why don't you?
I will. And I think it's been done.
I think your argument is null and void right now.
I think it's been done hundreds of times.
Because no, listen to me. Because you don't have the proof and you're relying on somebody else. Literally, your argument is null and void right now.
Yeah, but Ranty, he thinks it's been done.
He thinks exactly. He has a belief. It's all a belief. Everything is a belief.
Great argument. No, guys, I don't have any evidence. I think it's been done.
Literally, I'm going to step out right now. You guys, I mean, seriously, these globe heads right now that are in the channel right now, they haven't got the vaguest idea about what the proof means.
The fact that we have northern pole star and southern crux is you guys can't beat that. It can't be a flat Earth. It can't be.
I have a question for you. Do they navigate using the southern crux, or is it just the northern pole star?
You can use both.
Oh, really? Can you show me an almanac that includes the southern pole star, them navigating, assuming it's stationary?
No, I'm in my car right now, bro. I can't do that. But there is an almanac that you can. There is an almanac.
Do you have nautical almanacs, and what year are they for?
I don't know. But the fact that it exists, the fact that you know that it exists, I think you're lying to yourself.
You know that it moves, and it's not analogous to the northern pole star because it's not. You can't see it everywhere south of the equator the same way you can see the northern pole star anywhere north of the equator.
So why can't? Okay, so you said we can't see it. Why can't we see Polaris from Australia?
Of course, that's very simple. It's the same reason you can't see all the airplanes in the sky right now. It's called perspective. Anything above your head that goes away from you approaches the horizon.
Why would
those lines converge until they reach the horizon? Then they diverge, and you can't see them anymore.
So parallel lines intersect now? I didn't know that.
What does navigating by the stars have to do with anything?
You ever looked at a
globe or a flat? How before GPS did sailors cruise around Australia?
Of course, they use a sextant. And then they assume the northern pole star was stationary.
They assumed it.
They didn't.
I just did an interview an hour ago with a gentleman. I just did an interview.
They didn't use the northern pole star south of the equator. It's impossible.
You're right. They can't use the northern pole star because it's too far away. So I just had an interview an hour ago with a gentleman who works in Antarctica.
On a flat Earth. You'd still be able to see it.
You never heard of basic perspective, dude? Come on, man.
Yeah, so I just had an interview with a gentleman who works in Antarctica, and he says they don't use latitude and longitude lines when they get down there to navigate. They use graphs, and grids.
Yeah, I came here to talk to you about that, Nathan. I saw that video, and that guy was a really good guest. Now, what struck me is he said they used a grid pattern because the longitude lines are so compressed.
It's a circle.
So close together that
exactly.
They're not useful. So let's not leave that important part out, okay, Nathan?
Guiding by the stars doesn't prove anything. It doesn't prove. Guiding by the stars does not prove anything.
Crickets.
Stars are just an observation, guys. Not scientifically proving anything.
There's just nothing to say to utter stupidity. That's the problem.
Well, utter stupidity. The burden of proof is on both sides, guys. Both sides. You need proof.
Well, no, I mean, actually, it really isn't. It's actually more on the globe side.
No, actually, it is red. It is red. It's
no,
on both sides.
The Earth is obviously and observably flat and stationary, bro.
If you make a claim, you need proof. You make a claim, you need proof.
Do you walk out?
Yeah, but dude, flat Earth is not a claim. That's an observation.
It's like a default. Like
I'm standing outside and I'm observing a flat Earth, and I don't feel movement. So obviously it's flat. Obviously it's not moving. Like and somebody comes up to me and tells me, "Hey, you know you're spinning at 1,000 miles per hour, right?"
Tell them they're fucking crazy.
What's your point to me, Nathan? What's your point to me?
Burden of proof, man. It's on you guys, not us.
No, the burden of proof is on both sides.
No. If somebody's trying to tell me that I'm spinning at 1,000 miles per hour, that's a claim. Okay? Even your old man just said, it looks flat. Okay. It looks flat to me too. So now you're going to claim to me that looking flat is actually curvature?
Can it be measured flat? I mean, it looks flat, but can it be measured flat?
But hang on, Jose.
Can it be measured curved? Can it be measured curved?
Yeah, and not
that's
just that,
the claim, right?
But let's be honest, guys. Even if you're a glober, you can't deny that the Earth looks flat and feels stationary, and everything looks like it's revolving around us. That's the starting point. I mean, even the globers will admit it. Even the freaking cosmology textbooks in college will admit that.
Red. It's got nothing to do with anything. Looks.
Here. I'm gonna pull out a college textbook. Listen, I'm gonna go get a college textbook. I'll be back in a minute. I'm gonna go get a college textbook that says the Earth looks and feels stationary and flat. I'll be right back.
Okay.
Wait, Bandsaw, are you going to disagree that every morning you walk out of your house and observe what looks like a flat, stationary Earth?
What's that got to do with anything, Nathan? Seriously, what's it got to do with when I go in my backyard?
So it's a flat earther
here, right? Yeah, exactly. Right. When I walk out of my backyard, me looking at something does not prove. We're talking proof here, guys. The burden of proof. The burden of proof is on both sides.
The burden of proof is on you.
Okay, so we both.
No, it's not.
So nobody on Earth.
Chucky, one sec.
Ranty. Be honest.
Right, listen. Yeah. So everybody right now, sitting, if they got a piece of cotton and tried to thread it through the eye of a needle, right? Everything apparently is traveling at 1,000 miles an hour, yeah? Right?
Yep.
So you try and thread that needle, right? At 1,000 miles an hour. So from the flat earthers' point of view is that everything is stationary. We're not moving, yeah? The globers, say that we're moving. So it's up to you to say that we're moving. It's not up to us because we experience.
Do you understand movement?
Have you ever opened a physics?
Listen, just listen. Just let me finish, right? We all experience right now that we're not moving. Every single person in this world right now knows that we're not moving, right? You guys are telling us that we're moving. Prove it.
But hang on, let me jump in real quick. I got the college textbook in my hand. This is the Cosmic Perspective College textbook.
Can you hear me now?
And he's gonna cherry pick.
Hang on. It's not cherry picking. It's just quoting.
Let's grab those cherries.
You desperate people are now conflating quoting with cherry picking. It's pathetic. Okay.
Let's grab those
Cosmic
cherries.
Perspective, 4th edition college textbook. Now here we go. Let's talk about burden of proof. This is literally the first chapter, the first page, and it says, if you observe the sky carefully, you can see why most of our ancestors believed that the heavens revolved about a stationary Earth. The sun, moon, planets, and stars appear to circle around our sky each day, and we cannot feel the constant motion of Earth as it rotates on its axis and orbits the sun. It therefore seems quite natural to assume that we live in an Earth-centered or geocentric universe. Even the fucking college textbooks that teach your heliocentric religion, even they tell you that the Earth looks and feels stationary and geocentric.
Read the rest of the chapter.
Hang on. Hang on.
Read the rest of the chapter. Read the entire chapter.
No. This is your guys' new mentally ill thing where you guys think that quoting is cherry picking. Cherry picking, if anything, means taking something out of context. We're talking specifically about the burden of proof and who has it. As a matter of experience, even your own side says it looks and feels flat, geocentric, and stationary. So we're talking about burden of proof here.
Seriously, guys.
It's simple.
You're not being honest.
You're not being honest. You're being retarded.
I'm being 100% honest, actually. No, I'm not being retarded, mate.
You are retarded.
Questions, and I'm not being fucking retarded.
You are retarded.
Hey, Chris, let me go out with him real quick, okay?
Yeah.
Hey, guys, real quick. We're talking about the stars and everything. Part of my presentation and my debate with Mick West, I talked about archaeoastronomy and how the ancestors have understood phenomena in the sky, and they use these phenomena to build giant megalithic structures. We're talking about the cults, the Celts, the Phoenicians, the Babylonians, the Chaldeans, the Egyptians built the pyramids according to Orion's belt, and then you have Pueblo Bonito, which is 1,120 rooms. 650 are traditionally regarded as subterranean ceremonial chambers. And then you have the United States Geological Survey. Look this up, it's 250 pages. Over half of it says we use flat Earth maps. And then they also admit that they use flat Earth maps for the polar aspect and ellipsoidal form of maps in Antarctica. So guys, this is all flat Earth. You live on a flat Earth. You just deny it. And then they sextant. They use the pole star and celestial navigate. There is no parallax. Look at the star trails, perfect circles, guys. This is a joke. There's no curve. Water's a natural level. Take a look at a specular reflection in the incident light.
There you go, spitballing. One at a time, 1 point at a time, Nathan. You're going ahead of.
And before we continue, guys, and I apologize.
Guys, you don't have anything to say. I've already done hundreds of debates, guys.
But how many points you got to get here? 20? You want to get through all of them and then take the floor for how long?
One at a time.
Cool. We'll just leave it on this one. Neil deGrasse Tyson says that stuff's flat. Nobody's ever seen the curve. You've never seen the curve. It's not in airplanes. It's not in high altitude balloons. It's just a hallucination that globe earthers have.
No.
Go ahead, guys.
Neil said it looks flat.
And if I may, guys, I have to take a moment to look at that video. Are we ready to go back to the Hammurabi 8?
All right, go for it.
So
I got a question for Nathan. Nathan brought up the guys that worked in Antarctica. Now, what about the 24 hours?
You heard this guy was just about to ask a question, right?
Yeah, he just watched the entire
Like, are you kidding?
Darryl was the first person in here, and he was the one that was just about to.
Yeah, dude, relax.
Yeah. Come on, chill.
Go ahead, Darryl.
So, I watched the video, and the first thing the guy talked about was that he pulled up this FTP that showed basically projections of weather patterns. And it seemed like he was saying that they take these projections of weather patterns and put this on an image of the globe to make it look like, and that's where they get the weather patterns for the Hammurabi 8. Is that correct?
Yeah, the essence of the video is that they found like metadata on the website for the Himawari, which showed all types of weird composites, layers, cutouts of all the continents, cutouts of all the oceans, cutouts of a perfect circle with a black background, basically a bunch of layering. There was even a reference to the official NASA blue marble image in the metadata. Basically just layers and layers of composites that suggest that what you think is an actual real picture of Earth from space with the Himawari is most probably just a composite layering of information compiled from different sources, including.
Okay,
like,
so
including
So
like
how do the clouds change?
including meteorological data, which can be taken from Doppler and all these systems that are all integrated. So really easy to fake real-time weather on a spinning CGI space ball. Easy as fuck.
So to make sure, so you're saying that, so that's how they're making the weather patterns match. Now, this is the thing. Two questions. First of all, I tried to pull up the websites he was linking. That's one reason why it took a little while. I couldn't pull it up. First of all, who can show me how to actually pull it up so that I can see the images myself, because I'm interested in that actually. And two, I hear you saying even yourself, you didn't give a definite. You said most probably or could be or something. Where's the proof that they're actually doing that? Because I can say people could be doing anything. I can say people could be, you know, making an image of anything. So where's your, first of all, where's your proof that they're actually doing that? And two, how can I pull up these websites myself so I can see these links myself?
No.
Okay, well, let me
Also,
let me double check.
Also, hold on. Also, how are they faking the cloud images and everything? And then there's a guy in Australia
Holy shit,
there's a guy. Listen, there's a guy. He's got it.
You guys,
listen, hold on, man. Hold on.
But Bball, we don't want to do the same thing to them. I accused them earlier of changing the subject.
He had his chance.
So let's let them answer. No, he didn't get a chance yet. I asked him a question, and he was about to give me an answer. So I asked him.
I'm gonna make it real quick. Okay.
Okay.
So wait, you're looking. I'll make it real quick. So you're looking for the website so you can check the metadata yourself. That's what you said.
That's one, and the second one, proof that they're actually doing that. So both of those.
First of all, number one, I'm pretty sure they mentioned the
they do,
website in the video. They mentioned the website, so I'm pretty sure you can go. Number two, this was like
no.
Like
let's stop there. On that one point, what I'm saying is, and maybe I said it too quick. I apologize. What I said was I tried to pull it up myself. It was not working. That's one reason why it took a little bit longer.
Actually went to the website?
I tried. What I'm saying is, I looked at the video and I typed in what I saw in the video, and it was not pulling anything up for me.
Okay.
And I apologize. One site I was able to go to, the site that says NOAA.gov.
Pull on the plane.
Yeah, that's the link I sent. That's the link I sent.
I don't see where that relates to the Hammurabi 8, and I'm not able to pull up the FTP site
on the plane. Right.
Like the website, the website is ftp.nnvl.noaa.gov. That's the one, right?
Yes. Would you? Maybe I'm just typing it wrong because it's on my cell phone. It's
well,
small.
Here's the thing. This video, these were circulating. All this stuff was circulating like a year and a half, maybe even 2 years ago. So you think it's still just sitting around there after people pointed it out and it's been circulating for a year and a half?
So
it's very.
Are you saying it's gone now?
What I'm saying is,
you're
of course.
So now I have to take your word for it. Is what's going on now?
Well,
no, you can't take your word that the Himawari is nothing.
Exactly. We have to take a word that the Himawari is real. So there you go.
No. In other words,
but,
at this point, you're saying I have to take somebody's word.
How did they
myself because it's gone now because they're onto us and they deleted it. Now I have to just take the word. Y'all telling me that NASA and all of them is lying. They putting these images together, but I'm not supposed to in any way believe that this flat earther guy is lying and just threw that site together and say this is the FTP. But guess what? It's gone now. So you're asking me to accept his word, right?
Darryl.
But you're not going to accept my word or NASA's word. So that's a problem. That's not science.
Well, so that leaves us at a stalemate, and so
that means that's not proof. That means you did not debunk Hammurabi.
Well, okay. So we're both at square one. Is what you're saying?
No, we're not at square one.
We don't trust your stuff, and you don't trust our stuff. Okay. No one's proved anything.
For that, then.
But as a college textbook would say, the Earth is obviously observably flat.
But we agree that you did not debunk Hammurabi 8 because we can't find it because that's not there anymore.
It's not empirical, Darryl. It's not science. None of us have the Himawari. None of us.
Well then, that means that who was it earlier? That means Ranty has to take back early when he said we've absolutely debunked that when we didn't even start the point yet. Y'all admit that the evidence is not there anymore. The so-called evidence.
Hang on, wait a minute. I have to take back what?
Shout out to DIG looking and everybody in the chat.
You did not absolutely debunk the point I made. The point I made earlier was that's the balloon image.
Field of view
we know when we're on the Earth is straighter and the balloon is more curved and the ISS is even more curved. Hammurabi 8 is circular. And you said, well, Hammurabi 8 is false and you haven't proved it.
No. We were talking about Himawari back then, Darryl.
Say it again, please.
We were not talking about the Himawari back then. We were talking about field of view. And I asked you a question. if you looked in a circular vision, well, if you looked 16 miles north, east, south, and west, what would it produce? And using a circle. And I said, yeah. So if you took an image of that and you saw 120 degrees of that 360, what would it show? And you said curvature, and I said, I rest my case. That was what I actually said.
You're right. And I said,
no. So I didn't say Himawari.
No, because I said
no. Retract that.
Let's talk about the whole
you
conversation.
Retract that.
Before you even
retract
said
it
that,
right now.
earlier in
Retract
the conversation,
it.
I pointed out that
say you're sorry. Say you're sorry. Apologize. I didn't say Himawari.
No, I'm saying I said
right?
that. Is what I'm saying. That's what I'm
yes,
trying to say.
Did. You said that I said it, and I didn't even speak Himawari.
Exactly. So
you lied about me.
No. Earlier in the conversation.
Yes. No. I said no.
Earlier in the conversation. No.
Let him finish.
No.
I said when you're
I
said when you're in the ISS even more curve. I said when it's in a Himawari 8.
No. Because I didn't even speak about Himawari back then.
There's a lot of overtalking going on.
Maybe I misunderstood you. Maybe I misunderstood you. When you said it was absolutely debunked, what did you mean when you said it was absolutely debunked?
No.
Let's assume. I'll accept that I misunderstood you. What did you mean when you said you absolutely debunked it?
I debunked you. What?
And my wording may not be precise, but you said you absolutely proved it or debunked it or got that argument or something. What did you mean? Since obviously I misunderstood.
Do you have any proof that the Himawari 8 or the ISS or all this bullshit that you're talking about is actually real and in the medium that you think it's in?
No.
Do you have any proof of that?
Stick with this one point. He said I misquoted him. I apologize. You did not mention Himawari 8, so I'm trying to ask Ranty right now. When you said that you absolutely debunked it or proved that point or what have you, since I misunderstood what you were talking about, what point were you saying you absolutely got?
You said that you could see curvature, yeah? And I'm like, no, you cannot. And you said, yes, you can show curvature from an observation from a balloon. And I said, no, that cannot be true. And then I went through the process of explaining to you how optics work. And if you take a snapshot of a field of view of 120 degrees, you will see curvature. It's just a field of view. It's not curvature, it's an optical effect. This is exactly what I said. I did not say to you anything about the Himawari, but if you want to look into the Himawari, you will understand that it is actually just a CGI image. It isn't real. You will look into it.
How is it?
They even acknowledge this.
Let
me just finish. They even acknowledge this in their own metadata. They talk about it how it's just image upon image upon image. They take data from this radar position here, and they take data from there, and then they put it into an algorithm and they process it, and then they show it you every 10 minutes. That's all it is. It's not a real image. It's not a real image.
All right, so let me apologize for misunderstanding you. A lot of people talking. I'm still learning people's voices. I apologize for saying you said something you didn't say. I remember that being said, and I came back and I said, and maybe I confused who was saying what, but I said I referred back to something I said earlier. Somebody had first asked me, what proof do you have of the globe? I said pictures, and I said pictures from satellites, from the ISS, from Himawari 8. And y'all said that somebody said it was false. I don't want to misquote somebody again. And that's when I had mentioned the whatever flat earther had that proof, and that's why I went to Rob Skiba, right? But my point is that that's not the only image I'm saying proves the globe, and that's why when you said that, I came back and I said when you're closer to Earth, it looks flat. When you're a bit farther away, like in his balloon, you can see a bit of curvature. When you're a bit farther away, like the ISS, you see more. And when you see the Himawari 8, you see the full globe. And I guess I thought it was you. I apologize.
Come on, bro.
Somebody else said.
There's one person right now that just joined the hangout a few minutes ago.
Can I say something? May I finish this, please, though? Because I want to finish this exchange with Ranty here.
He can take on Red Pill. I'm trying to talk here one sentence. One person that just joined that can take on Nathan, Ranty, Red. His name is Bob the Science Guy. Bob the Science Guy can take any of you. He's here.
He can't take anybody on. Bob the Science Guy's an idiot.
Hey, Bob the Falcon Guy, I have a question.
What? Please let me and Ranty finish, please.
No, you guys are talking about.
So after that, I said, I looked at all. I said the close to the globe, the balloon, the ISS, the Himawari 8. Somebody else said that the Himawari 8 is fake. But now you're saying that the metadata, whatever, that he proved it with, I can't pull it up anymore. It's been out so long and now they're onto us. So whoever said that the Hammurabi 8 is false, do you agree that you did not prove that it's false, or do you have some other stuff that we can actually look at and verify ourselves?
So basically, like I said before, we're at a stalemate.
Yep.
You can't prove it's real. Because you don't want to believe the stuff that I'm saying, and I'm not going to believe the stuff that you're saying. So it's a stalemate. This is why I say let's stop appealing to low quality. Hang on, let's stop appealing to low quality evidence in the sky that none of us can test and repeat for us. So let's come down to earth and do stuff like Aristotle's long distance ship observations, things disappearing bottom up. Ranty has done a gazillion observations. I've done some of my own. Nathan Thompson's done some of his own, and there's many Globers who have done some of their own. And guess what? Even down to earth on the shit that we could actually interact with, it's completely inconclusive. A lot of the times, it's hard to even know whether or not the earth is actually behaving flat or round, because you guys have to say they're super looming. So I say, why not come down to earth, bro? Because not even long distance observations prove that the earth is a sphere. Like down here on earth.
Are you ignoring Bob the Science Guy repeat philosophy?
Hold on,
Are you afraid of him?
Bob the Science Guy is retarded, just like you, Jose.
Oh, are you afraid of him that you don't want to engage?
Yeah, he is afraid of him.
Jose, you're such a fucking troll. You're such an instigating troll, Jose.
No, I just want to keep it real.
You're such an instigating troll.
You avoid.
Hey, let me say one thing. Let me say one thing.
You might be afraid.
He can talk, bro. No one's holding him back. I don't have a mute button. This isn't my hangout. He can say whatever he wants.
Muted.
Let me say one thing about Himawari. I mean, the fact is, the fact about Himawari is that there's a guy on YouTube. He's got a channel. I don't know what it is, right? But he actually compares Himawari images with cloud formations at his freaking house all the time.
Wow.
He compares it.
And that proves I live on a spinning ball.
That's really retarded. That's one of the dumbest things I've heard.
That's science. How does Flat Earth explain that science?
It's so bad.
No, how do you explain it? How do you explain it?
Yeah, I can explain it. All right. Well, according to classical and molecular thermodynamics, space is fake. So we can quit talking about
Yep, that's great claim. Okay. That's awesome. Okay. I'm a flat earther now.
All right. So far all you have is the government showed me pictures of a ball and they match the clouds I see in space. Now, guys,
I don't think Himawari's Himawari is owned by freaking Japan or somebody over China.
Oh, that's even better.
It's not owned by the government.
Yeah, well, the metadata for the Himawari website mentions the NASA Blue Marble, so they're clearly using NASA to some degree.
In other words, but that's still metadata that we can't pull up ourselves because it's gone now, right?
Hey, let's get back down to earth, guys, because gas expansion into a vacuum mixing up.
Seriously. And I apologize, and I'm about to go, guys. If y'all will give me the opportunity to just answer that question before I go, and I could come back another time. But this is the reason why. What I found happen several times is that
ready for a 10-minute farewell.
Dismiss the most blatant evidence and say let's come down to earth, but you haven't disproven that evidence yet. So
not evidence.
The evidence of the pictures from the Hammurabi and the ISS and so on and so forth. When y'all
where is your empirical evidence? Where is that?
Where's your science at?
Where is the scientific experiment that proves I live on a spinning ball right now? Where is that? I don't care about the Hammurabi pictures and the ISS, man. Come on, man.
Right. Then that means that you're saying let's just disregard the most blatant and direct evidence from people that we've sent into space.
How is that blatant and direct evidence?
You can see them put a camera.
You said it yourself. You cannot reproduce these things from the Hammurabi, from the ISS, all of this nonsense that you're talking about. You can't even prove.
You can't even prove. Let him speak 1 minute and get out of here, Darryl.
Y'all may not accept it, but I'm sure.
You say you gotta go, Darryl.
No.
Say goodbye, man.
Oh, no problem. Y'all be cool, guys. I could do something else, guys. Y'all have a nice one.